Chewin Phat with Zach and Tom.
Abortions, should it be the new norm? Should it be more normalised? Because you think about it, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and we're running out of resources, and we can't keep going like this. We're eventually going to there's going to be an apocalypse at some point. We're going to eventually run out of resources. It's going to be like Mad Max, we're all fighting for oil in the desert and stuff like that. So, do you think abortions should be just like, sort of, incentivised a bit more? And new ways of aborting as well, so like quicker, easier ways to abort the babies.
Like what?
Just, I don't know, some kind of cheeky pill you give them, and then
Cheeky pill? What's it going to do to a fully grown baby?
Oh, dissolve them. It'll be like some kind of acid. It's designed to
Like a really
liquidate.
strong Rennie.
Really strong Rennie, and then you basically just shit out the baby. And it's just like, it's basically like, you take the pill, dissolves the baby, and then the baby water, or what did you call it, just comes out, just washes out.
I think just that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
That'll
Because that will sort out the population issue.
teach those bloody children wanting to be born.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can't have. It's just getting ridiculous, I think. Especially India, China. There's billions of those people. So we need some kind of abortion laws. There needs to be a limit to how many children can be born. Is what I'm proposing.
Okay. All right.
And then obviously the pill is one of the ways of doing the abortion, and weird surgical ways, and natural, more physical ways. Just any sort of way you can to get that fetus out of you.
I love the abortion springboard conversation because when you're talking about abortion, no one is ever talking about abortion. They're talking about what is their relationship with their parents and their partners. They're talking about, do they believe in the intrinsic value of life? They're talking about, so many different things. The actual legalization of it or not is such a downstream question from the actual title of the question.
There needs to be more pride of it. It's like, I'm a proud abortioner. I've aborted like 10 babies throughout my life.
Well, that would go back to the lady doth protest too much. Like, if you're a woman and you're on social media saying, that you're okay with the abortion you had, and you're doing a 30-minute video on normalising it, then correct me if I'm wrong. Call me a sexist son of a bitch. But to me, and I'm no psychologist, but that that makes me seem like you're not okay. You're not, and that's not a judgment. That's just me. If I met you personally as a friend, my views on abortion are quite simple. I think it's wrong.
Okay.
I know we've had this conversation before.
You don't see any reasons to abort in any way?
There is a very strong ethical argument for abortion. What if a child's raped? That kind of thing. Yes, the 0.1% of cases. But the overwhelming majority of women who have an abortion do so because it is a last-minute form of radical contraception. The baby is fully in a state of coming into existence, and it's a moral equation. The way I see it is, does life have intrinsic value? Yes or no? Most people will agree yes. Question number 2, is that the cornerstone ethic of Western culture? Yes. The authenticity and sovereignty of the individual. It's the most important thing. It's what science is built on, it's what Christianity is built on, it's what maths is built on. Everything is rested on this cornerstone truth, that the intrinsic value of the individual is the most valuable thing, and that should not be in anyone's hands. Question number 3, if that's the case, then what is a fetus? Is it a glob of cells that has no rights and belongs completely to the mother? B, is it a human being with rights who has a right to have a voice and a struggle for its existence? I think all the arrows and all the science points to the latter. That a fetus is not a fetus, it's a baby with a heartbeat, with a brain, with a prefrontal cortex, with a soul, with a spinal cord, with a limbic system, with a basal ganglia, with all the furniture and faculties of a real person. Now, I'm not trying to make a judgment on women who have an abortion. I don't care about that. I don't think women who have abortions should be judged. I don't think they should be... I don't agree with these people protesting outside abortion clinics. I don't think that's the right way of going about it. I think it's the wrong way. But the way I see it is like... having a baby isn't the worst thing in the world. And as far as the population of the world is going down. Apart from Nigeria, India, and I think 2 or 3 other countries, every country in the world is below replacement. So in 60 years, the population of the world will be less than it is now. And in about 160 years, we might be down to lower than 1 billion people.
Okay.
And so this idea that we're overpopulated, I don't think it's true. But there are areas that are overpopulated, and during the expanse of one person's life, if that makes it really difficult for you to get a house, then I can understand how it feels like. I'm going on a rant here, but yeah. That's my views on that.
Fair enough. But what if, like, the fetus and or the baby is like so fucked up mentally and or physically, where its life would be absolute hell if you don't put it out of this misery? Like, what's better, having like life that's complete hell and every day is going to feel like hell, or just not live that life? That's another question.
Well, it's still a life. It doesn't change the original question, because then if you're a woman, then your incentive is, if the only way you can have abortion is if your child is mentally retarded, then you have to mentally retard the child with alcohol and drugs. And I can guarantee you that some women would do that. Why wouldn't they? If you're a scared young woman and you've been raped, and the only way you can get an abortion is by making your unborn baby physically ill, this is a vile thing to talk about, but yeah. Would some people do it? Would some women do it? I don't know. It's a horrible way of looking at it, but yeah, I worry about things like that. You know?
Yeah.